I'm scheduling this for later, scheduling it to air later tonight, sort of for my own protection. Those who watched the live stream last Friday might know what I'm talking about. But we won't go into that. We're live here from fucking Times Square, baby. This used to be Roseland Ballroom right here when I first moved to New York, and this is Hello Deli in the Ed Sullivan Theater building. This is the building where Letterman had a private apartment where he slept with his interns, right there. This alleyway and shit, they were always doing bits out here in the alleyway, in the street. You know, it's where the fucking Beatles landed, I guess, you know? So here we are. God, we just have so much to talk about, like usual. I haven't seen Megalopolis, but I do want to talk about, so I started this thing, I think last night, where I was talking about Francis Ford Coppola, and I would go to, I'd go to the college library. When I went to OU, honestly, it was the best part of going to OU was the library. They had stacks, you know, the stacks. And, I remember reading, and like I read the script for Badlands. They had a lot of, like, you know, college libraries. I don't know how they get all this shit, but they're very well stocked. You know, they have a lot of stuff that you couldn't necessarily find a lot of places. But I remember reading something that Francis Ford Coppola said in some book that I found in the stacks at OU in Athens. That's what I do between my classes. Just go to the college library and you know, read books about movies or whatever, literature stuff. And there was something, it was like an interview with Francis Ford Coppola, and he said something about you have to always be audacious. I forget who, he was quoting some French, like Balzac or Hugo or somebody. And he said that this French artist's motto is l'audacie, 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 which means audacious. You have to always be audacious, no matter what you do. If you're going to make art, you know, at the very least, it should be audacious. And Megalopolis definitely seems audacious to me. That's kind of I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it. I've seen a few clips of this or that. And just, you know, all of the buzz, all of the talk about it, you know, has been, it's pretty obvious that it's an audacious fucking movie. Maybe I shouldn't go this way. I just want to go a little bit this way, but I'm making my way uptown, so I'm trying to get through the park while it's daylight out for my view. Well, not that anybody's watching right now. This is taped. This is taped for live later. I know people hate that. I guess it's all about the fucking user engagement. And I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, be audacious. Be audacious. And I think I kind of took that to heart. Not that, like, I'm the most audacious fucking person, but I think there's some aspect of that I try to be audacious. Do you think that's good advice for an artist, to be audacious? That's the most important thing, or that's like essential, is to be audacious? I guess the things that I like, you know, like Harmony Korine, right? I guess I was just watching this interview with him, or even the fucking I was watching the Wrong Ferrari thing this afternoon while I was getting ready. And there's a scene in The Wrong Ferrari. I mean, the whole thing is just rock star kind of excess. This Adam Green guy, it's like they're all on ketamine. He's in a bathtub with two chicks. They're all naked. Then there's this scene where the character, first you see his penis. He pulls his pants down and he gets like a big close-up on his penis. Very Vincent Gallo type move, I guess. Then he turns around and one of the other characters takes this like beaded dildo and puts it up his ass. Literally on camera in this fucking movie, you can watch it on Vimeo. The character takes a beaded dildo and puts it up Adam Green's ass in the movie. And, you know, to that I say, you know, kudos. He at least he's putting his fucking money where his mouth is. Or his dildo where his ass is.
Yeah, that's good.
And, that's audacious, I would say. That is an audacious fucking thing to put in your movie. So this is where, right here, this is where, that is where Bad Boy Entertainment was, right there. This literally, this thing that is a building that's gone now, that's where Puff Daddy's business headquarters was. And I've alluded to it, you've seen it in my blog before. Bad Boy Worldwide. I've talked about it. They literally tore the whole fucking building down. So talk about audacious. But just steal Sting's music and kill all your fucking biggest creative talents. Make a career off of marketing their memorial for their death. Talk about audacious. Yeah, so The Wrong Ferrari, I would say, is an audacious movie. You know, I mean, I'm sort of audacious. I've been naked on television before. I'm loud. Is that audacious? Is that the same thing as being audacious? I think that's what I got from that. Just be loud. Be audacious. Be loud. Oh yeah, so I did my stream last night from the basement. I went home especially to do it. It was a nice night out. But I wanted to, you know, it feels like my audience, and I talked about this a lot. See, this is where fucking Bad Boy Worldwide was. And now it's like literally just leveled. What were they hiding? Where were the Bieber tapes? We want the Bieber tapes. Here we go. Candy Miller and Amber Thurman are dead because of Trump and his Supreme Court. How many more will they kill? How many more will Diddy kill? Show us on the doll where Diddy touched you. Yeah, so that's where they did Making the Band and all of the famous Diddy crimes. They had to tear the building down. It was just so dark and such bad karma. They had to tear the whole fucking building down. I guess I kind of want to go up 7th Avenue, so and then go up the park that way. So we'll get started right in the middle of the park. We'll just go up the middle of the park. I don't know if the leaves. This is your foliage report. This is your fall foliage report. Here's live foliage from New York City. I don't know if the leaves have started to change yet. I think I'm starting to think probably not. But I don't know. It's one of the most exciting things about living in New York is going to Central Park in the fall, seeing the leaves change, seeing the yellow. This part of the country, I think, probably right New England, upstate, it's probably the best for autumn porn. Leaves changing colors. Fetishists. Yeah, so I did my live stream from the basement last night with the nice cameras. You know, I had the Sonys, I had the fucking Blackmagic. I was utilizing the Blackmagic, and literally I had, you know, less views than I've had at all recently. I mean, I had, so, and I'm not, you know, I had less people tuning in. I don't know if that's because I wasn't doing the chat. You know, I guess it's maybe the chats, the interaction that people like. They're lonely. They like when the TV talks back to them. I think that's kind of a new frontier for entertainment. Is like, you know, typically the TV just goes one way. So having fans be able to like, or not even, it's not even like fans, you know, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like a hangout space. I mean, that's one thing that I've noticed doing this is just like, honestly, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Adam S., Bruce Halladay, Starlight Sunshine. I'm not sure if they watch anymore. I had this woman Trish watch the other day, or what's that guy? Manhunted or something. But it's kind of the same people. I'm getting nice subscribers, but but it's slow going, and it's also just like, I don't know, even my older YouTube videos. So I had kind of a depressing thing today. It was something that's been popping up in my YouTube is my friend, who I used to be in a band with. He's been posting to his YouTube page, and he posts these fucking AI generated. It's like AI generated classic rock shit. You know, it's like an AI generated like Jimi Hendrix song. This is the Osborne. This is where Fran Lebowitz lives. It's supposedly one of the nicest apartment buildings in New York City, the Osborne. I don't know why. I guess the apartments are like very nice. It's sort of like the Dakota or something, I guess. It's like old. There's, of course, billionaire fucking tower. But yeah, the Osborne, it's kind of a weird location, right? It's for Fran Lebowitz at 57th Street and 7th Avenue. It's uptown. But yeah, I mean, you can just tell from like the stone and shit. It's pretty nice looking building, solid as hell. You know, they just don't make them that way anymore. That 19th century quality, that 1800s. You know, and it's a fucking block from Central Park, so you know you can't really beat that. I mean, I don't know if Fran Lebowitz still lives there, but Fran Lebowitz famously lived there for a long time, and shit. How long is my microphone been off? Oh god, my microphone was off. How long has my microphone been off? Fuck. Ugh. Should I just abort? Maybe I'll just do an hour. Fuck. I mean, maybe my microphone wasn't off that long. I have been switching back and forth a lot. Fuck. I need to just make it like a regular practice to like make sure to check that the microphone is on. They privatized my whole fucking patio space. You used to just be able to sit over here. Now it's like you gotta spend money to sit here. It's like, fuck you. Oh, here we go. We got sailboats. How poetic. There's some B-roll. It's just B-roll from here on out. Like the ducks in Funny Farm. Maybe I should talk about the movie Funny Farm. People know the movie Funny Farm with Chevy Chase? Where he eats the prairie, prairie fries or whatever? Bam, that's where I'm going. Hopefully a rat doesn't. Get in my face here. All right. This is one of my favorite. This is in my dopamine menu. Okay. Or do people have a dopamine menu? Do you know what that is? I think I lost my cap to my thing. Dopamine menu is God. I hope I wasn't muted that long. Fuck. Oh well. Sometimes it's like that, you know. Sometimes shit gets muted and there's not really a whole lot we can do about it. Where's my fucking lighter? Okay then. God, that fucking, how long is this dude gonna be playing? I wonder. Oh yeah, dopamine menu. This is like a TikTok thing. There's a video about how you should have a dopamine menu, which is things that you do to just like increase your dopamine, you know, just as like self-care. Our generation's all about self-care and just going easy on themselves, never having to do anything uncomfortable, never ever leaving your comfort zone, ever. Just self-care, going easy on yourself, not working. You know, it's okay to be, you know, you don't want to be fat phobic. It's okay to just be fat. And so having a dopamine menu is part of like self-care, where it's like, okay, I have a dopamine menu where how do I look in there? Do I look scary? And I have a dopamine menu where you know, so like for me, going to Bleecker Park, getting a pastry at 2 a.m. when I get home from the open mic. Smoking weed is on my dopamine menu. Live streaming is on my dopamine menu, sort of. Oh God, is it gonna get dark? I don't want to be walking across the park when it's dark again. Fuck. Shit. Greenwich Village is on my dopamine menu, just like the West Village in general. That basically is my dopamine menu. It's just like the West Village. Just going, sitting, smoking weed in the West Village. Walking around Central Park is on my dopamine menu, obviously. Riding my scooter was on my dopamine menu till I popped the tire. That was over 2 years at this point. It was like 2.5 years ago. What else is on my dopamine menu? I urge you to think about your dopamine menus. Jim Belushi movies. You know, any kind of like YouTube, like interview, podcast, talk thing is on my dopamine menu. just poetry in general, maybe. Like good poetry. Poetry I like is on my dopamine menu. Bad poetry kind of irritates me. I'm like my, how my dad, like, he can't listen to a lot of music. He's just like, oh, turn that off. That's how I feel about poetry now. I'm like a bitter, middle-aged jazz beau. I can't listen to that crap. Can't listen to that. But, certain things are on my... John Wiener's is on my dopamine menu. Soothing. What else is on my dopamine menu? You get the picture, Sutton Place, you get the picture. Figure out your own dopamine menu. How long was my microphone off? God, that kills me. I was saying such interesting shit about Harmony Korine in Florida. And, maybe I'll sit over here. I just like this background over here. I want something moving in the background. I want some life in the background there. I mean, how many people are doing this? How many people are live streaming out in public? Where they're just like doing a stand-up comedy special every 2 days. In the most beautiful... This is going to be illegal. I guarantee you, within a year or two, it's going to be illegal to do this. You're going to have a permit or something. What I think they should do to solve our economic problems, give us a universal basic income, just pay us for our social media, pay us for our information. If the whole world is powered by our data and they're making all this money off our data, they should just pay us for all of our posts and call that universal basic income. It's like that will be our productivity, or just keep making posts, keep making content, and you get paid for the content you make, regardless of whoever the fuck watches it. I just think it's a suicidal expectation to think that everybody's going to be able to make money and be able to monetize and profit and scale, and it's like, who gives a fuck? Just let people exist and be and like do what they are here to do. Give us a universal basic income, but our society's obsessed with like earning things and like you have to work. So just say like, well, our posts, that's the work that we're doing. Feeding the fucking data centers, feeding the AI so it can steal our personalities. And people, is that the dead internet? Is that who's watching the Jimi Hendrix AI? It is kind of depressing to have 0 viewers and 0 likes because I'm pre-taping this. I wish they wouldn't. They put it at the top of the screen. I almost wish I could just like tape that out. Psychologically, it's like, oh, I'm not digging deep enough. Not working hard enough. What else? I don't know. To me, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but like to me, there is this like division between like technology, screens. Screens are bad for you, and like you have to spend half your, when I was a kid, my mom would always just tell us, go outside. If it's daylight, go outside. Go outside, play, just go do something outside. You're not staying inside, you're not watching TV. Even when it was cold out, it was just like, go outside. It's daylight, go outside. Go play football or something. Just go stand outside. But you're not staying inside. You're not gonna read. You're at school all week. You're not gonna relax on the weekend. You gotta go outside. God, the things we put our children through in this country. I'm not going to do that to my kids. And I still have this psychological hang-up where it's like, I have to be outside. If it's a nice day, I have to be outside. This is why I can't achieve anything in life. It's like I can't get a job. I'm not gonna spend all day in a fucking office. That'd be insane to me. Not while I'm young. You know, even though my life hasn't really amounted to anything economically and I have like basically no social mobility whatsoever, I can't like travel or do anything. I have spent most of my life outside. And my days have been free. That's like kind of the most important thing. It's just like keeping your days free. You know, like goddamn, having like a work schedule is not what we're meant for. We all know that. That's why we're like in this war right now between like work and like freedom. You know, like the in America there is kind of like amongst a certain part of the population anyway, the word is kind of out that, hey, this sucks. We don't want to do this. You know, this country is so incredibly wealthy, and yet no one can afford anything. We have to work ourselves to death for nothing, for things we don't care about, for things that are actively killing the world, killing the environment, rapidly changing the environment. It's not climate change, it's climate evolution. You just have to evolve with the climate. Don't get fucking, you know, wiped out by a hurricane. Just don't do it. Just don't do that. You know, I would like to circulate more. I'd like to go everywhere and read my poetry everywhere and meet poets everywhere and sell my books and live stream everywhere and sleep in an RV. But, you know, doing that within New York City is pretty cool too. And this city is like its own country in a lot of ways. And it's because it's different than the rest of America. You know, maybe it's not as different as it once was, but it's still, you know, just the fact that it's a train based and there's almost no, you know, it's almost no cars. It's like even that is just like inside out from the rest of America in a nice way. You know, New York is where like Europe and America collide, and all the other countries in the world and continents. And it feels right to be here. You know, it feels right to live here, and you know, this is the place most well suited to what we're trying to do. Be at the forefront of AI, crypto, NFTs, video games, Twitch streaming, energy drinks, Logan Paul, boxing, Mike Tyson. I mean, I think the internet has kind of like killed hipness. Like, does anything hip thrive on the internet? Like, the stuff that gets really big is like Mr. Beast. It's all like the most generic, homogenized, like Logan Paul. Like, Logan Paul sucks, man. He's okay. I guess he's okay. Like, what the fuck? He's just a broccoli-haired I don't know. I guess that's modern masculinity. That's what it looks like. It's like you're a Trumper, you're a gamer, you're broccoli haired, you wear hoodies, you wear sweatpants, you got like a neck beard, a chin beard, you like wrestling, you're a podcaster. You grew up watching Shawn. I mean, he does like Shawn Michaels. You know, he's got like good taste in wrestling. Maybe I'll just do an hour and a half. I mean, should I do a live writing sesh? Most fucking live streams I see, they don't do anything. They just turn the camera on while they're like just watching something or doing something else. They're not talking or being entertaining or anything. They're not even trying to. Maybe I'm too try-hard. You know me, I'm like trying to be funny and insightful and cover, you know, bring awareness to, you know, subjects that need to be thought about. You know, by bringing things up in this, I'm trying to highlight them as something for people to think about, you know, like the flooding. Apparently, you know, this hurricane is worse than fucking Katrina, or it's as bad in a lot of ways. Hurricane Helen. I was watching this Malcolm Gladwell video where he's talking about he'll never understand, you know, what is it, 48%, or like right now the election's like pretty much 50-50, like it's a dead heat, I think. I think that I don't pay that much attention to it. I didn't watch the VP debate. I don't give a fuck. What do I care? I don't like JD Vance. I don't want to watch that douchebag. I don't want to give him any attention or any, you know, I don't want to give him any power. You know, like I know who I'm going to vote for. I don't even care who the Democrats are. I know I'm going to vote for them. I don't give a fuck. I know that my life is going to be easier if the Democrats are going to have power. And if Trump gets in power, it's only going to get fucking worse for everyone. Except like the tackiest, like most predatory, like capitalist assholes who have only gotten more and more. I mean, that's all we're seeing now is like these rich family sagas of like lineage, you know, secession. Who's gonna get Rupert Murdoch's company? Family fortunes, Nepo babies, I don't know, maybe I don't have that much to say. Maybe I'm not that interesting to watch, I guess. This endless neurotic soliloquy, monologue, diatribe, rant. Apparently Frank O'Hara would go on rants. Something Skylar talked about in that article in the Paris Review. Frank O'Hara would rant. They lived together for like years, like 6 years or something. I mean, that's 5 years. It's like, that's a long time. Skylar said he loved living with Frank O'Hara. But apparently Frank O'Hara would go on rants. I think it's an Irish thing, I guess. Maybe I should start walking while it's daylight. It's just such a nice place to sit. It's a nice free place to sit. You've got this nice, I'm not Rappaport bench. It's very I'm not Rappaport coded here. I strongly encourage people to watch I'm Not Rappaport. It's really about like socialism, capitalism. You know, Aussie Davis is going to get kicked out of his building. He's the super of his building. And this guy comes up, he's a communication arts professor at the Art Institute or something. Some fakey sounding college. I can't remember what it was. And it's clearly like Herb Gardner's like version of like, I don't know, the professional managerial class, kind of the yuppie managers of capital, academic, um, bureaucrats. And so they like bought the building and they're gonna kick him out basically. He's got, 2 months to move out or whatever. Walter Matthau is like an old-time socialist, right? So he's also just kind of an imaginative. He's like the character in 1,000 Clowns. He's like this adventurous, childlike imagination, improvising his way, making up characters, and this fucking trash can and shit. Okay, maybe I'll sit right here. It's nice by the flowers and the fucking water here. I don't know. TikTok videos are telling me I'm gonna break through anytime now, so. I think there is going to be a push to naturalism on live streaming, okay? This is like Walden. This is like Thoreau live streaming his journals. This is Walden in Manhattan. Walden in New York. Transferring the literary to the live stream to Twitch. I mean, I was on Twitch. I was telling Wavetable way back in 2017, hey, we should live stream our band practices on Twitch. And I was live streaming on Twitch during the fucking pandemic. I don't know. It's like we want to be the Air America radio. It's like why is Twitch like such an edgelord space? I think that's Harmony Korine's production company. I think they're called Edgelord Productions. I'm pretty sure is what he named his production company. But he kind of works like a classical artist too. He's got a studio. He has like assistants that help him paint. He's still producing paintings that are, his movies are kind of related. They're kind of images from his movies. He makes paintings of. In this kind of day glow, neon fucking paint that everybody uses now. But they're like AI. I don't know. People use the word AI. I do agree that it's like a corporate buzzword to like jack the stock market. Like, oh, it's AI, it's NVIDIA. Everybody, oh, we're buying NVIDIA. AI, it's the next big thing. It's AI. Oh, it's going to fucking revolutionize our lives in the next 10 years. It's going to be unrecognizable. We're not even going to know what the fuck is going on. There's going to be so much AI up our ass. Maybe that's true. It looks like we're really going to get fucked by it. There doesn't seem to be anybody that's trying to protect us. It's going to take our jobs. And it's going to use all the electricity. The power grid's going to fail. It's going to put us back in the fucking Stone Ages. 2025, year of the century. What could possibly happen? All these wars are starting. Why does the war start on Rosh Hashanah? Or like October 7th? Like, what the fuck? Is it like summertime over there? Like, what is going on that like early October is like where all the shit hits the fan? They kill everybody and Hezbollah. It's like it's like The Godfather. At the end of The Godfather where they kill everybody. They whack everybody and there's like a montage. It's like, that's what just happened. In Iran. I guess. I don't know. I'm uninformed. I'm slightly misinformed. I'm behind the paywall. I do the best I can. I try to keep up. There's a lot of fucking news to keep up with. So, I mean, it was just Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday. Apparently, oh my god, does my hair just look like total shit? It looks ridiculous. I cut it myself today. Maybe I'll start walking while the sun is out. I mean, this fucking accordion music is kind of driving me nuts, to be honest. You know, I love this park. I love this part of the park so much. Oh, maybe I should sit here. I do love it here. It's like one of my favorite places. But it's like Washington Square Park is like this. This is like the same thing where it's just like it's so fucking loud. People just think they have impunity to just like play like a full volume concert. It's like, you know, we're just trying to enjoy the fucking peaceful solitude of the day, and like you are playing like it's fucking Montreux or something. You're playing like it's, you know, Van Halen Stadium Tour. You know, it's loud even over here. It's like you don't need to be that fucking loud. People don't need to hear you across the fucking pond. You know, like let them have the option of sitting somewhere where they can't fucking hear you. It's like it's just so obnoxious. Like we don't want this French fucking shrill fucking accordion music. I don't know. Maybe people do. I'm sure I should take a survey. Is this adding to your experience today, or do you find this as annoying as I do? I mean, it's okay. It's all right, you know. It's just turn it down just a little. Turn it down a smidge, you know. Like it just doesn't really need to be. It could just be optional. Just let it be optional for people. A nice fucking visual here, man. I mean, we're just capturing this, you know. Hopefully it lasts forever. I hope this live stream lasts forever. In the annals of time, let this piece of history survive through the centuries and the galaxies. Apparently we are, I mean, I guess this is probably obvious to everybody, but we're just like a molecule, you know, like our solar system is like a molecule, basically. That's my theory. It's just an atom. You know, we got 8 planets? 9 planets? How many planets do we have now? Oh, there's a dog. It's a big dog. You know, what is that? Is that carbon? What's the 8? What has 8 fucking molecules? Or whatever. Protons. What has 8 protons? I don't know. I believe in poetic science. I don't want to be too knowledgeable or exact, or I don't know. I do think that there's something obnoxious about authoritative kind of seeming sources, particularly in science. I mean, how much science has been disproven over the centuries, or what do they believe that was just utter bullshit? And so it's a little pompous for scientists to get like they know exactly what the fuck they're talking about, and it's sort of an objective truth or something. And I think real scientists realize that there's just a lot of beauty and poetry in let me just go back down. Yeah, let me just go back down around. I don't want to fuck with this whole fucking ramble and shit again. I always get caught at this part because it becomes a hill. I don't want to do the hill. But then I don't want to go through the ramble because it's like super, you know, shadowy, and it's just like this kind of woods, you know. So I don't want to get into some kind of Hansel and Gretel like calamity, you know.
You think you're better than
Which, you know, it happens. It's just like that Manhattan with Woody Allen. When they go to Central Park, they get caught in a summer thunderstorm. It'd be like that, you know. That's happened to me probably 3 or 4 times. Coming to Central Park, boom, it just starts raining out of nowhere. It's like, oh fuck, I don't have an umbrella. What am I gonna do? I got my scooter. I remember I came up for that. It was some summer festival in August, and it had all these fucking bands, you know, LL Cool J and Mariah Carey and Coldplay. I don't even remember. It was like ridiculous. It was Live Aid or something. And you know, I rode my scooter up, and it started raining. I was like, oh fuck. Or, you know, the time I was out here and I had just printed all my chapbooks at Columbia. And I had my notebook. My notebook got all wet. I was in Central Park. I think I was live streaming. I think you can watch it. It's one of my fucking live streams from last summer. I was live streaming I was over by the fucking castle and Shakespeare Garden and shit. And it started raining. And so my chapbooks got wet. My notebook got wet. So is my Central Park chapbook. So I was like, oh my God, Central Park is literally in the chapbook. Literally got like, you know, vapor, water molecules in the fucking chapbook. I don't know. Am I just like, I feel like I'm an emotional stripper. This is my emotional OnlyFans. I just expose all my thoughts on the internet in a desperate plea for attention. Please think that I'm interesting. Join the cult of personality. Well, I don't know. Art is, this is something Harmony Korine was saying, is he wanted to be able to put viewers in a trance. How do you do that? With music. I think that's what music does. I think that is what art does. Put people in a trance. You know, vibrations, patterns, balance, form. You know, when people stop, that's one of the interesting things about doing the open mic and being the host, is like you feel all these different kinds of listening. You really get to like absorb and stand in the middle. And, you know, you can feel everybody stop talking and start listening. You know, there's a different kind of depth to it than, you know, you can tell when you kind of lose an audience, people in the back of the room will start talking. There will be kind of a murmur in the back of the room. People start ordering drinks because you'll have lost their attention, you know. You weren't able to hold their focus. And, you know, I don't know, part of me is like sort of distrustful of that. You know, the idea that like in order to be on stage, you've got to be some kind of like fucking hypnotist or something. And, but I don't know. I mean, is that true? Like, there's that famous line about like Houdin or something said something about the greatest magician is like an actor just portraying the greatest magician or something. It's something like that. The greatest actor, where it's like, well, he's just playing a magician, or like, you know, being a magician, you know, is this sort of form of hypnosis. Oh, is this going to the fucking ramble too? God damn it. Alright, I'm just going through. I'm going through, I don't care. We're on the Timothy Chalamet Bridge here. The Timothy Chalamet Memorial Bridge here. In autumn. Look at this beautiful autumn. Fuck. How long is that? Oh god, how long have I been on mute? I wonder this time. Hopefully I just hit it. Okay, I don't want to fuck with all this ramble shit, so I might just go around that way. This is, I mean, every time I go to the ramble, I feel like it's a Law and Order episode. I feel like I'm in a Law and Order episode, like, you know, that's where they would put a body. Oh, there's the Dakota right there, okay. Okay, yeah, let's go back this way. There it is, the Timothy Chalamet Bridge right there. Can I get through here? I think that's fucking.
Where's the big people?
So that's the building that I put on the back cover of the chapbook. I think it's called the San Remo or something, maybe. See, to me, this is my VR online painting right here. This is my way of like tweaking out and going hyphy and this is pre-taped. This is live today. I mean, we've got nobody watching now. We've got no chat. So hopefully, I don't know, we'll see how people enjoy it when it's, you know, reheated leftovers the next day. I think there's a lot of nice images, you know. It's, you know, it's good to try a lot of different things, even if they don't get a lot of views. You know, it's just like building the Watts Towers, you know. You just got to add more ornamentation. You got to add more to the work. You know, if you don't know who's watching, somebody might be giving you their full attention, and really listening and really getting a lot out of it. You don't know. You know, it's kind of it's misleading to see 1,300 people watch this, or 10,000 people watch this, or here it comes. the fucking concession hot dog wagon. So that's how they get those things out here. It's pretty fucking nice out. Look at that shit. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with being an amateur. I like to have like kind of a insistence on that sort of quality, I guess, and then like embracing of like just doing it in your own simple way. You know, like you know, maybe this isn't the most dynamic fucking like, you know, online setup doing this. You know, there's plenty of people who are just like live streaming fucking New York City and getting shitloads of fucking views and stuff. This guy's looking at me like he wants to talk or something. But, you know, fucking 90 people watch a fucking video, or, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I think incorporating all different things into a work, you never know what's going to touch people. You never know what people are going to resonate with. I remember I had a line in my poem at the 9/11 reading about reservations at Dorsia. Just a brief, you know, and that's like a pretty, can I go this way? We'll try it. That's like a pretty obscure reference to American Psycho, and this guy came up to me after the reading who really liked it a lot. He really enjoyed the reading. I think he maybe even watched it on YouTube, and he came up and he's like, "You reference American Psycho," and I didn't even know what he was talking about, because I don't say American, you know, in any of the poems I didn't say American Psycho. We gotta get this for a sec. But later I reread the poem and I was like, oh, Reservations at Dorsia, that guy like pulled the American Psycho thing just out of that, and that's what he connected with. You know, and it's like, that's kind of, you know, that's something I probably would have edited out, or I don't know. That's not the thing that I would necessarily have expected, you know, per se. But you never know, you know, and including moments of boredom where nothing happens. Look at that shit. Including outtakes, loose ends, B-sides, awkwardness. You know, you watch some of these fucking famous talk shows like Letterman or even Carson, it's like a lot of their fucking conversations are awkward as hell. Like, it's easier to fucking have a like not awkward conversation than they're making it seem. This is just such a nice, you know, there's just so many nice vibes out here. It's all about vibes. Just put this on your projector screen TV. All right, let's go. See, it's just this front-facing camera kills me because it just does not get the fucking sunset at all. It's not getting that color at all. Which kind of, I guess there we go. Now we're talking. Now that's looking good. This is like, I love that show Hiking with Kevin. It's Kevin Nealon's YouTube. It's like his comedians in cars getting coffee. You know, he just has his kind of famous friends, and they go hiking somewhere in LA, and he basically does this. He basically just holds a fucking camera in front of them, and they walk and talk about whatever. while they're, you know, on some hiking trail or another. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of that. I mean, I don't know if the best camera or live stream setup, phone cameras really capture this kind of stuff, but like, it is frustrating that a lot of times I feel like my camera is not really able to capture the subtleties of the beauty of the lighting and the things that are going on. Although, you know, I don't know. I guess that's just a condition of filmmaking. You know, it's kind of amazing how bad the quality of filmmaking has been through a lot of its history. You know, very lo-fi in contemporary terms. You know, bad sound.
That building is called Beresford Castle. It's in the park.
Beresford Castle, this woman says this building is. This guy says that building is called Beresford Castle. And Jerry Seinfeld and John McEnroe live there. It's pretty exciting, right? Jerry Seinfeld just wraps its way through all our lives, intertwining its fictional New York with our real experience. The original auto fiction, Seinfeld. Be audacious, be audacious, be audacious. Yeah, I don't know. To me, video games were like surrendering. They were the laziest, most self-indulgent, most escapists, divorcing yourself from life thing that you could do. I don't know. Maybe they are just like tweaked out stimulation. Maybe they are exciting. Maybe they are like this extreme cognitive experience where it's like hyper color and animation and things that defy physics. You know, the Grand Theft Autoization of reality. Where the fuck am I going here? Alright, I guess I'll go this way, yeah. Let me go this way. Bam, bam. Okay, I'm doing this reading on Sunday in the Garden. I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm gonna read. With Sparrow, Philip, Bob Holman, Truffles. So come check that out. It's in East Village. I don't know, I think it's on 6th and B. I don't remember where. But I mean, that's amazing. I'm super stoked to be on that. Thanks to Philip for and Sparrow for asking me. So I gotta figure out, you know, that one I want to do a good job. If I'm capable of such, I don't know. I gotta get one of those MFAs, learn how to write a real poem that's gonna impress people and knock them on their ass. Rather than being this kind of Borscht Belt insult comedian that I am. Provocative, saying startling things. This is where I got caught in the rain, right up here. Under this grass, or under this leafed atrium kind of trellis. I thought that would shelter me, but this guy came in. You know, it was raining. It was dark. You know, it was like, what, 11 o'clock at night or something, 10 o'clock at night. I'd been live streaming. It started raining. The gods, it was an act of God. So I ran, you know, as far as I could. I didn't have an umbrella, and I ended up under this fucking, you know, leafed trellis thing right across from the Timothy Chalamet Bridge here. Yeah, so I ended up, you know, and it's dark, and I'm under this thing by myself. You know, I felt like I could wait here by myself, but then this guy came in the, you know, in the fucking rain, in the dark, and he looked like the fucking killer from I Know What You Did Last Summer. He looked like the fisherman. He just was faceless, kind of silhouette, wet. And he kind of, I don't remember, I think he like kind of got close to me. He like came up and like stood in front of me, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I mean, I was high, so I don't know. Maybe I'm hallucinating or imagining that. But then I, you know, went out in the fucking rain. Got soaked. But yeah, I don't know. These things happen in life, you know. You get damaged. You fall down, you get up. You bust your elbow, you cut yourself, you get punched in the face. I got hit in the face with a baseball when I was a kid. You know, I've been thinking about this. Maybe I just have slow reflexes. Maybe I'm not as fast or as present as I think. Because I did get hit in the face with a baseball in like Little League. I think I was in 4th grade. I think it may have been when I played on the A's. It may have been when I was in the Phillies with Jack. A couple years Jack and I were on the same team, which is always exciting. Because he's 13 months older than me, so certain years he'd be in a higher league, and then the next year we'd be in the same league and maybe we'd be on the same team. And so that could be fun, you know, when we were on the same team. You know, I was up to bat at McKinley Field, where we would later shoot the Magic baseball. And this kid threw it. I don't know. It was a fucking 12-year-old kid. How fast could, not even 12, you know, 9-year-old kid. How fast could it have been going? And I think I tried to like do this or something at the last second. And the ball hit me kind of like on the helmet and then like on my face. And I remember, you know, it did startle me. It did hurt. You know, everybody was kind of spooked and freaked out, and the benches, you know, people came over to like be like, oh my God, is he okay? And I think one of the coaches was like, oh yeah, you're gonna have a black eye. You're gonna have a shiner. And I don't know, I don't remember if I did or not. I think I did have like a little bit of a bruise or something, but I don't remember having some kind of like super, I mean, it wasn't like a 98 mile an hour fastball, you know? I need a longer selfie stick. If I'm really gonna commit to doing this, I really gotta get a longer fucking selfie stick. I need, you know, I need something I can just hook into my belt, like a fishing rod. You know, I need like that fishing rod holder. Oh, I missed this whole view down here. Fuck. Oh well. So I need like a fishing rod holder so I can just like walk around with it, like, you know, being anchored by my waist, by my belt buckle. You know, just have one of those like fishing rod kind of cylinder things. Okay, I think I might be able to see it up here. Get it up here. All right, what other important life lessons do I need to impart? Or hilarious anecdotes do I need to recount to my online family, my online brand clan? Come to the open mic. It's Mike-tober, whatever that means. I'm going to do my Dinner with Andre night again. It's my Dinner with Andre night part 2. Watch my live stream from last night. Watch this one again. Like and subscribe it. I'd like to get all my live streams on VHS. That's like my dream. I'd love to have all of my vlogs. I'd love to have all of Scenes from a Life and my live streams on VHS. And all my gigs for that matter. I'd just love to have like a house library full of my YouTube page. You know how Kenneth Goldsmith printed the internet? I'd like to put my YouTube page on VHS. That's going to be my conceptual. That's my riff on Kenny G. That's my Dadaist Duchampian appropriation of Kenny G. I'm going to put my YouTube page on. I guess Kenny G would put all of YouTube on. Wow, are these trees new? This is where I did my poetry reading in 2021. I came up here on my scooter with my... Fuck, huh? I feel like you used to be able to see from here, but oh well. Shit. Well, I missed the fucking skyline view. Son of a bitch. Looking south. Ugh, what a fool I am, son of a bitch. Oh well. That would have been a nice climax to the fucking thing. Oh well. Maybe we'll get it at the reservoir. We'll just keep walking and see what happens. I am gonna do until I hit 10%, I guess. That's my commitment to you, the fans. And I don't know. I find these Central Park episodes glorious. You know, you always want to tie your fiction to these places, these kind of famous places. Central Park. Okay, I'm on 20% now, so we're heading toward the end here, guys. Thank you for watching. Like I said, come on out. I'm gonna tape the thing on Sunday, so I will put it on my YouTube page. So people were really into the Spoonbill reading. I've got 114 views and counting. I mean, it's no AI generated classic rock music, but for poetry reading, you know, imagine 100 people coming to your reading and be like, holy shit. Not that they're individual clicks. A lot of them are maybe re-clicks, people clicking it at different times to watch it, to finish watching it maybe on different devices. Maybe they're watching in their kitchen, maybe they're watching on their phone, on their living room TV, on their bedroom TV. It's following them from room to room. Oh, see? Wouldn't it be so much better if my selfie stick was way out here? See, that looks like a real shot. This is like too... You're not getting... It's too, like, tunnel vision. It's, you know, it's too, like, fisheye. It's like I'm too... You're not getting enough of the... With this, you're really getting... This is like a close-up, basically. You know, you're getting more of the environment. The world. The scape. The landscape. The Serge Leone Western here. The spaghetti the spaghetti rom-com. That is Scenes from a Life. It's a spaghetti rom-com. You know, I don't know. I'm excited about the new vlog. I think it went well. I think it's all in there. Nora Ephron, Nancy Hollifsern, you know, maybe not Todd Sullivan so much, but definitely Edward Burns, okay? My hero, Edward Burns. Is there any other business we need to attend to? I mean, peace in the Middle East. Apparently we're on the precipice of World War III. They just threw some kind of new indictment at Trump, but like, does anybody really give a fuck? Well, so I was watching this Malcolm Gladwell video about like, he doesn't get all of these 48 people, you know, Trump's base, or like the people that are Republicans are like, they're never gonna budge, you know? And he's like, he's mystified by that. You know, after all the shit that Trump has pulled, how that many people can think that he is like a good person enough that like they trust him to be the fucking president. You know, like the dude clearly is petty and unstable and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I think that's just part of the Republican characters. Like, they're fuck you, selfish people. They want somebody that's selfish that's going to give them tax cuts. It never changes. And everybody's just dug in on their partisan politics. You know, like, it's more about, like, distrust of the other fucking party than it's like, we love Trump. It's like, well, I'm not going to vote for, you know, it's like Elon Musk thinks, if you vote for Kamala, it's a vote for fascism. Like, we'll never have another election. If you vote for Kamala, it's like, that's it. That's the end of democracy. It's like, you know, both sides kind of believe the same thing in like these weirdly inside out kind of perverse ways. And I mean, just nobody really, there's no, I mean, I did see a video, I'm not sure if this is true or not. Scott Galloway, he's sort of like the new Jordan Peterson. He's the like new like shepherd of lost men. He's like, you know, this election is going to be decided by men. They're the ones that are like in the swing voter category. Men are in the swing voter category. All right, I'm not going over this fucking this. I'm not doing all this. Is that true statistically? I'm not sure. Are men the ones that are like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to vote for Kamala or Trump? And this is why, you know, I was talking about in the one live stream about a lot of it's misogyny, you know? I don't think these men can get over themselves to the point that they're willing to vote for a woman, to be honest. I think there is like Republican association with manliness and sort of like the insecurity of kind of being able to let that go. You know, the Republicans present as very macho. You know, these people like being capitalists. They're conservatives. You know, they like war. They like cops. They like, you know, carcinogens and fucking the whole fucking, you know, carnival of what it means to be American. The whole fucking freak show. The whole exaggerated, kind of extreme. Maybe that's enough Central Park, I guess. That'll be a good way to end, I guess, to walk out of the park and into the other side, into the Upper West Side. Thank you guys for watching. I need to distribute my zines. That's something I've been really bad about. Even the last reading at Spoonbill, it's like, I probably could have sold a few zines, or at least like given them to people. You know, it's nice for people to hear your work and to hear you read, but to give them something to leave with. A book, something they can spend time with, read on the train, or they can actually see what you're doing. That's kind of an important piece. And that, you know, that was the point of the zines originally. It was not to make money or sell them. It was literally just to give people something. You know, I was giving them away for free for, you know, most of the time I was making them. Just so people would have something that I'd written. And they could read it. Like it's a real fucking book, you know? It's a way of just like claiming your space and your, you know, your authority as a writer. You know, in our country, it's like you have to succeed. I don't even know, you know, being around New York Publishing, I guess I could try to like write a novel that maybe they would be interested in buying, but like, that just seems like just such a remote possibility. And it's more like independent film or something. It's like, why not just make it yourself, sell it yourself, and they can just see what you're capable of. See, like, this guy made this fucking movie. This is this guy's book. You know, to me, a book is not just the words on the fucking page. It's the cover. It's the dimensions. That's the whole work of art, really. The art on the cover,
I really hope I didn't break
the paper,
You would feel it though.
the way that it was made, the way that it was distributed.
You'd be able to feel if it was chipped. And if a root was exposed, you would know it. You would feel it there. Okay. So painful. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's just see it. Well,
Wait, 'cause in the moment when I was chewing, it was feeling all over.
hey, what?
We're wrapping up here. Be audacious, be megalopolis, throw the centuries together, make big choices with your characters, with your songs, with your poetry. Push it to the limit, work on the cutting edge, get the newest technology, get into those spaces. I mean, I do think it's kind of obnoxious that everybody like used AI at the same time. Everybody was like doing Chat GPT story. Now what? Now what are people doing with AI? I don't know. They're all getting YouTube pages now. I don't know. Keep pushing toward the future. Keep making the future by doing it now. You know, it's like now let's reimagine the future. What's our version of the future? Now that we're living in it, now that we're living in the year 2024, what does the future look like now? What does the year 2100 look like? What does the year 2300 look like? You know, I think if they increase people's intelligence, everything would become socialist. You know, that's what's so weird about tech is like I feel like it's being designed by the wrong people. It's like AI is like racist. These chatbots are like white supremacists. Like Elon Musk, it's like he doesn't get it. He's a Trumper. You know, the people that are in charge of like the tech companies are like Nazis. Literally. And they're programming the personalities of these kind of computer organisms that are, you know, making us obsolete and supplanting us, or robot overlords. And you know, if they are gonna like actually put a Neuralink chip in your head that's gonna like make you process information faster and be like smarter, like wouldn't that lead the world to like being more functional? People taking care of each other, people being healthier, people living longer, us building new kinds of buildings that actually serve our... See, like, these are the things that are not getting done. It's like we're evolving. You know, there's 8 billion people. There's more people than ever. It's an exciting time to be alive, and yet we're not coming up with innovative solutions. We're not coming up with new forms of beauty and design that serves our purposes, like they did in New York in the 20th century. If you look the way they build this city out in the 19th century and 20th century, it's like they did a good fucking job. They really honored their quality of life. And came up with like logical, practical, well-hewn kind of solutions to like how to live in a city. You know, put a fucking train, put a fucking and I don't really see that now. You know, we just see like innovation being choked, solution being choked, our physical reality being choked out by the virtual, by tech. You know, that's why I'm not like a super pro fucking. I think they're like this. Like YouTube, I do think is like a utopian. It's one of the good ones. Even though it is part of the surveillance state, and that's probably why they're doing it. I think they're more ethical, definitely, than anything Elon Musk owns, and probably anything Zuckerberg owns. Maybe not as ethical as TikTok. And these things matter now, because these are the avenues through which we communicate, and communication is morphing into this thing where it's sort of like half cinema, half video call, half podcast, half self-help, half I'm trying to go to this open mic up here. All right, I did 2 hours. And so, why not try and get in that space and imagine the future and make the future, do stuff that's up to the minute, go live, go on Twitch, I don't know, do a poetry reading in fucking Grand Theft Auto, GTA 6. Kuzu Daddy wants to go to Burning Man next year because I guess there's just all these, there's basically just like open mics everywhere. He said there's all these stages with microphones and you can play music and blah, blah, blah. So it's like you could do 10 shows a night at Burning Man. So maybe we'll do some poetry readings and shit live from Burning Man next year. All right, it's 83rd. I think I'm going to 86th. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Check out my fucking live stream from last night. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. And check out the reading when I post it. Check out my blog. Come to the open mic. Meet us in person. Come to New York. Come to the open mic. Be a part of the show. You can be on the show. And I'm looking for people to interview, too. If you want to come to Midwood on Tuesday, I'd like to interview somebody on Tuesday. So if you want to come to Midwood, I'll interview you live in studio. All right. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.